$650 a week. That's the average for a one-bedder in Sydney right now. It's a lot. Meanwhile, staying at home with your parents, it might only cost you a couple $100 a week. So, the question is, are you better off staying at home saving a fortune or paying rent for freedom? Today, on the cost of everything, we're breaking down the real numbers. We'll see if moving out is actually financial suicide or if staying home is just delaying your life. Let's start with option 1, moving out, the dream, the I'm an adult now phase. If you want your own space, no roommates, just you, the numbers are pretty scary. Sydney, $650 a week. Melbourne, you're looking at $550 a week. Brisbane, about $520 a week. And let's be straight up, that's just the rent. That's just the privilege of having a key. You need electricity, you need internet, and you need a phone plan. Add a minimum of $60 a week for bills. Then you have to eat. Unless you plan on surviving on 2-minute noodles, a general single person grocery shop, toiletries, cleaning stuff, food is $150 a week, easy. And finally, getting to work. Public transport or petrol, let's say $50 a week. That's roughly $4,000 a month just to exist. That money is literally going down the drain. That's before you buy a single beer, before you buy a birthday present, before you buy a t-shirt because your old one has a hole in it. That's the baseline cost for freedom. Now, let's look at the alternative. Option 2, the Parental Hotel. Staying at home used to be seen as failure, but honestly, now it's just a strategy. I spoke to a lot of people about this. Most people today chip in about $150 to $250 a week for board. That usually covers your room, electricity, internet, and often, if you're lucky, food on the table. It's not free, and it shouldn't be free. Your parents have bills to pay too, but it's a fraction of the cost of the real world. Let's compare the two. Let's say you're earning a decent wage, about $1,000 a week after tax. Scenario A, renting. Income, $1,000. Outgoings, $900. Savings, $100 a week. If you rent, you have $100 left. One flat tire, one dentist bill, one night out, and that's gone. You're cutting it thin. Scenario B, living with your parents. Income, $1,000. Outgoings, $200. Savings, $800 a week. That's a difference of $700 a week. Over a year, that's $36,000. That's a brand new car. Or that's a genuine deposit on an investment property. Every single year you stay at home, you're $36,000 richer. Let's put those savings into perspective, because $100 a week feels okay until you zoom out. If you stay at home for just 3 years and you strictly save the difference, you could save more than $100,000 in the bank. Now, I know what you're thinking, and you're right, but this is literally how I did it. I stayed at home until I was nearly 30. I wasn't a monk. I wasn't that strict, but I managed to save over $100,000. Back then, that was a huge chunk of a house deposit. And the thing is, I didn't suffer. I still traveled. I still went out with friends. I had a fairly active and decent social life because my rent was so low, I could still have fun, and I still outsaved my friends who were renting. And that's the trade-off. Under your parents' roof, you can build an empire. But I guess we have to talk about the cost that doesn't show up on every spreadsheet. We call it the Sanity Tax. For some people, moving out isn't about money, it's about survival. Now, my parents were pretty easygoing. They were more like friends rather than dictators. But if your parents are micromanagers, if they're on your nerves, I get it. I had a friend who rented their own place, even though they were broke. They told me, I'd rather pay rent than deal with my mum again. That $30,000 a year, that's a loss. To them, that was the price of peace. And that's valid. You learn things when you rent that you simply never learn when mum is doing your laundry. Today though, the stigma is sort of gone. Nearly 1 in 2 Australians aged 20 to 30 still live at home with their parents. People used to ask, why haven't you moved out? Now, when you tell people you live at home, they don't really judge you. They say, smart move, save that coin. So, what's the go? There's no right or wrong answer here. If you need independence to keep your sanity, moving out can be worth it. You're getting your life back. But if you have big savings goals, if you want that house, or if you want to invest in the stock market, staying at home is the cheat code. It allows your savings to snowball. So, are you paying the sanity tax right now? Did you move out for independence, but are you feeling the exact same financial squeeze? Or maybe you're the one who's cracked the code. Are you staying at the Parental Hotel and actually balancing those massive savings with a decent social life? How are you making it work? This isn't just about the tough decisions. It's about finding a way through. If you've got budget hacks, a side hustle that makes up the difference, or a story of success despite the high cost of living, drop it in the comments. Let's share some knowledge, because honestly, we're all in this together. I'm James from The Cost of Everything. I'll catch you in the next one.